Have you ever looked at your retirement budget and wondered, where did the money go? Because many retirees aren't necessarily spending more. They're often buying the exact same things they bought last year. The same groceries, the same insurance, the same utilities, the same prescriptions. Yet somehow retirement feels more expensive every single year. And that's creating a growing problem for millions of retirees. Not because they planned poorly, not because they saved too little, but because retirement expenses are changing in ways many people never expected. Today, we're breaking down why retirement feels more expensive every year, what's really driving these rising costs, and how several small increases can quietly combine into one major financial challenge. Because understanding what's happening may be one of the most important retirement lessons you learn. Many people enter retirement with a carefully planned budget. They estimate housing costs, healthcare expenses, food spending, transportation, travel, entertainment. Everything seems reasonable. Everything appears manageable. And for the first year or two, the plan often works. Then something starts happening. Costs begin rising. Not dramatically, not all at once, just slowly. A little more for groceries, a little more for insurance, a little more for healthcare, a little more for utilities. Each increase seems small, but retirement isn't 1 year. It's often 20 to 30 years. And that's where the illusion begins. Because retirees don't experience one large increase. They experience hundreds of small increases. And over time, those increases compound. The result? Many retirees feel like they're running faster financially just to stay in the same place. Let's start with something every retiree notices: groceries. Most retirees aren't buying luxury items every week. They're buying basic necessities: milk, bread, eggs, meat, produce. Yet over time, food costs have steadily increased, and the impact goes beyond the grocery store. Restaurants cost more, takeout costs more, delivery costs more. Even small weekly increases become significant over an entire year. Now multiply that by 10 or 20 years of retirement. Suddenly, the retirement budget built years ago looks very different. This is one reason retirees often feel pressure despite maintaining similar lifestyles. The cost of maintaining that lifestyle keeps increasing. One of the least discussed retirement expenses is insurance. Many retirees focus on investment returns, but insurance quietly becomes one of the fastest growing expenses in retirement. Auto insurance rises, homeowners insurance rises, umbrella coverage rises, long-term care coverage rises. Even retirees who never file claims often experience increasing premiums. And unlike discretionary spending, insurance is difficult to eliminate. Most retirees need coverage, which means these increases continue impacting retirement budgets year after year. For many retirees, insurance becomes one of the largest sources of financial frustration because the costs rise even when nothing changes. Healthcare deserves special attention. Because healthcare isn't one expense, it's dozens of expenses. Medicare premiums, prescription drugs, dental care, vision care, specialists, co-pays, testing, procedures. And while many retirees plan for routine healthcare costs, they often underestimate how quickly healthcare spending evolves over time. The challenge isn't usually one giant bill. It's the accumulation of many smaller expenses. A new prescription here, a specialist visit there, additional dental work, vision changes. Each individual expense may seem manageable, but together they create a powerful chain reaction inside retirement budgets. And because healthcare needs typically increase with age, the pressure often grows throughout retirement. If you find value in this content, please like and subscribe. I really would appreciate it. Another reason retirement feels more expensive every year is something many retirees don't immediately notice: taxes. Most people assume taxes become less important after retirement because they're no longer working. But retirement doesn't eliminate taxes. In many cases, it simply changes where they come from. Property taxes can increase over time. Retirement account withdrawals may create taxable income. Investment gains may generate tax obligations. And depending on where retirees live, state taxes can add additional pressure. The challenge is that taxes often feel invisible. Unlike groceries or utility bills, taxes aren't always staring retirees in the face every week. But over the course of a year, they can quietly remove thousands of dollars from retirement income. This creates a frustrating situation. A retiree may receive a cost of living increase. They may earn additional investment income. They may even increase withdrawals slightly. Yet somehow it still feels like there's less money available. That's because multiple expenses may be rising at the same time, while taxes continue reducing available spending power. And when taxes, healthcare, insurance, and inflation all move higher together, retirees can begin feeling squeezed from every direction. The result isn't usually one major financial crisis. Instead, it's a slow reduction in purchasing power that becomes more noticeable every year. This is one reason financially successful retirees review their entire financial picture regularly. Not just spending, not just investments, but taxes as well. Because retirement isn't only about what comes in, it's also about understanding everything that goes out. Now let's discuss the expenses that rarely appear in retirement commercials. Property taxes, utility bills, home maintenance, vehicle repairs, appliance replacements. These expenses don't always arrive every month, which makes them easy to overlook. But over a long retirement, they become unavoidable. A roof eventually needs replacing. An air conditioner eventually fails. A water heater eventually breaks. Property taxes eventually rise. These costs create another layer of pressure on retirement finances. Not because they're unusual, but because they're inevitable. And retirees who underestimate these expenses often wonder why retirement feels more expensive, despite maintaining similar spending habits. The reason retirement feels more expensive isn't necessarily because retirees are spending recklessly. It's because multiple expense categories are increasing simultaneously. Healthcare rises, insurance rises, food rises, utilities rise, property taxes rise, maintenance costs rise, and together they slowly reduce purchasing power. Many retirees notice they need more money today to buy what they purchased a few years ago. That's why retirement can feel more expensive, even when spending behavior remains relatively unchanged. It's not always lifestyle inflation. It's often expense inflation. And understanding that distinction is incredibly important, because it allows retirees to prepare for the real challenge, not one large financial event, but a steady series of rising costs over time. Retirement feels more expensive every year because multiple costs continue rising simultaneously. Healthcare, insurance, food, utilities, property taxes, maintenance. And while each increase may seem small on its own, together they can significantly impact retirement budgets over time. The good news is that awareness creates preparation, and retirees who understand where these pressures come from are often better equipped to adapt and make smarter financial decisions. Because retirement success isn't just about how much money you save. It's about understanding how retirement actually changes over time. So remember to always be prepared financially in this difficult economy, because the cavalry is not coming to save any of us retirees. If you found this video helpful, like and subscribe to The Wealth Perspective for more retirement planning, Social Security, investing, healthcare, inflation, and retirement income strategies. I really appreciate you watching the video. Thank you.